Order.
Want to ask for a motion and a second for the minutes.
Can I get a motion and a second? Motion for the minutes and a second for, okay. Okay. Next, we have the informational items, reports, and other minutes. Nope, call the vote. Okay.
Don't feel sorry. I tried to do that yesterday, and they reminded me I had to vote on something.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we're all good. Alrighty, so now we have the informational items, reports, and other minutes updates. So we have our first report is the Oh, it's on. Okay.
We'll get
The-
it. Madam Vice Chair, we're going to get. Hey, Mr. Chairman, we'll put you on speaker here, so hopefully you can be heard. I know you're en route, so Brandy's sitting in the chairperson's chair for the moment. We've done.
She could just go ahead and run the meeting. I'll just, for some reason I thought I saw the county up to 1:30 thinking that was ours. I apologize to everybody. That's, I'm slipping. But, if I can be on the meeting on the phone, that'd be great. And if we can keep going, that'd be wonderful.
Great. So, Brandy, if you want to entertain a motion in a second and then a vote to allow Paul to participate remotely.
And a second? Okay, Eden. And we got a vote. And a vote? Aye.
Aye.
All right. You would be at informational items. ETSB.
Hi, everyone. As some of you may know or not know, we are in the process of building the new Stark County Dispatch Center. We're diligently working on that, getting all the quotes together so we can apply for a grant by January 31st. So it's pretty hectic right at this moment. We will have our first joint Peoria Stark ETSB meeting tomorrow night at 5, our very first board meeting as the new board.
Any questions? Roger, Steve?
Just for clarity, is the intention to consolidate the Peoria County and Stark County operations into one facility, or are you looking at a separate facility for Stark alone?
Stark will be our third dispatch center.
Okay, it'll be a standalone, or it'll
It'll
be
be
a consolidated using, it'll cover both Peoria County and Stark, or will it be just a Stark building
It'll be
facility
a
only?
standalone Stark building.
And we will operate it on behalf of, for them.
No, they will operate it on their own.
Okay.
Mr. Ricker, oversight will come from the joint ETSB board, but operationally they'll be responsible for it.
Okay, I know we approved to have the joint, I just didn't follow through on that details, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, we can move on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have the Public Defender report.
Happy New Year, everyone. I don't have anything to add to my report, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions about the Public Defender report? Okay. Seeing none?
Nate knows I always have to ask a question. So as we enter into the 2022 year, maybe you can give us an update on onboarding in-house attorneys as part of that whole transition plan. Maybe give us a quick update on where you're at in that progress.
Sure. So we have been approved over the last 2 years, 2021 and 2022, to continue adding full-time employees and continue that progression more towards, or to continue adding more full-time employees, including attorneys and some support staff. As far as the support staff goes, I think we're in a pretty good position to make a hire soon, I mean shortly. In terms of the attorneys, we have unfortunately not had very much luck with applications. I don't believe that I've actually received an application in over 6 months, so that's kind of disheartening and a little bit worrisome. I'm not sure what to attribute that to. I know that there, statewide, there were issues and have been issues, I think, for everyone, but particularly with lawyers, I think there was a very low bar passage rate in one of the last few tests, so that's obviously going to impact the number of candidates that are out there. But we remain with our jobs posted. I'm hoping that we get applicants, and as soon as we have some applicants that fit the proper criteria and would be good fits for our office, I fully intend to move as quickly as I can to bring on more full-time employees.
Sorry, Eden?
Is there anything the county can do to help with that recruitment?
I don't know at this time that there's anything specifically that I would ask. I have entertained using a more directed strategy, trying to find someone more of a headhunter type person, because it doesn't appear that casting a wide net with law schools and the traditional methods of posting with the Bar Association, the Illinois State Bar Association, those haven't proved to be fruitful for some period of time now. So I'm trying to find other perhaps more directed avenues. But thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have our resolutions. Our first resolution is the FY 2021 appropriation of additional grant funds award to the Child Advocacy Center. Oh, want to move for approval? Okay, we have a Salzer and Watkins.
Right. Madam Chair, I think Jenny's going to summarize this item for the committee.
Thank you. Yes, the first resolution on the Child Advocacy Center, the State's Attorney's Office was given an additional grant, some additional grant funds to reimburse for some equipment and supplies. So this money was already spent by the State's Attorney's Office, and this is just a reimbursement grant. Happy to answer any other questions as I'm able.
Any questions? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any nays?
I'm an aye.
Okay. All right. Seeing no nays, we're unanimous. Now we have the FY 2021 to 2023 Icjia Domestic Violence Grant. Can I get a motion? Okay. And Eden, it was
Right. Madam Chair, Court Services and Probation Director Bronke is going to explain this for the committee.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to disclose that I'm suffering from a little bit of a cold. I assure you that I've been to the doctor and tested, but I sound probably worse than I am. But I wanted to assure everyone in today's climate that I've taken all precautions to be here today, and not in any way transmission of anything. I'm also boosted and fully vaccinated, but I wanted to do that just because my voice is a little bit hoarse from the last couple of days. What we have before us is the domestic violence grants that is provided to us through Icjia, which is the Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority. Traditionally, this has been a one-year grant that we've come back to every year. For some reason this year, they decided to extend last year's grant and make this a 2-year grant, which is why it is framed in the way that it is. We've been a part of this domestic violence grant since 2004. The grant is for $125,000 roughly just a little bit over $125,000, which pays for and funds 2 of my probation officers, as well as services provided through the Family Violence Prevention Project Liaison, who does our domestic violence screening for those who are placed on domestic violence probation. And we're just asking that that grant be renewed, actually extended through the next fiscal year. Be happy to answer any questions about this grant.
Any questions? Okay. Motion to approve? Is that right?
Aye.
Any nays?
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
We got to do the JDC medical services contract amendment, so you've got one more resolution.
Okay, so now we have the Juvenile Detention Center Medical Services Contract Budget Amendment.
Good afternoon. The resolution before you.
Hold on, Brian. Let's get a motion on the floor.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we have Eden and Rob.
JDC Superintendent Brian Brown's going to explain this for the committee, Madam Chair.
Hello. The resolution before you is for a request of a budget amendment to the JDC's budget for FY 2020 or 2022, sorry, in the amount of $73,559. This is as a result of the negotiated final contract with Advanced Correctional Healthcare that was approved in December's board meeting. Be happy to answer any questions if anybody has them.
Okay, any questions? Okay. Motion to approve? No?
Aye.
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 Any nays? All right,
Thank you.
Now we have the committee action, review of executive session minutes.
So, our Assistant State's Attorney will provide the committee with a recommendation, and then when she's done that, Madam Chair, you'll want to take a motion, a second, and then a vote.
Thank you. The recommendation of the State's Attorney's Office is to continue to hold previously held minutes because the need for confidentiality still exists, and to go ahead and destroy the executive session audio recordings that are more than 2 years old that do not pertain to pending litigation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay. So we are at miscellaneous. Anything? No miscellaneous? And then we are adjourned.